Hello, this is my video for my social story. I wrote the social story for my son with ASD who's 5 years old. He will be going to kindergarten this year. I chose a social situation at home that I've seen as a constant or like a consistent issue, and that is when he is playing with his brothers. If they don't play exactly the way that he wants to play or play what he wants, then he gets really aggressive, will hit, pinch, throw things. We've actually gotten away from the biting. Occasionally he will scratch though. I wanted to choose this situation to create a safer home environment for my son with ASD as well as his other siblings. I have actually kind of already shown him the social story because he's usually always in my business. So I went ahead and kind of introduced it to him. We talked about it. I read the story to him. Also, I plan to use it as his daily homework. So when, like throughout the week when we get home, we kind of have homework time at the table. And during that time is when I would make sure that I read the social story to him, ask him the comprehension questions, make sure that he understands it. I would also make sure to read the social story with him immediately before having that unstructured playtime with his brothers where they would have to choose what they're going to play with. On the weekends, I would say maybe after breakfast and or after lunch, just so that he's getting that repeated exposure to it, as well as immediately reading it with him before he gets the unstructured playtime with his brothers. For progress monitoring, I'm going to use what you had shared with us in the PowerPoint. So I would collect baseline data for probably 2 to 3 weeks just to see what the frequency is, and then I would use this to tally up or determine like what frequency, like how many times does it occur during each play session. So once I've got the baseline data, I might take 3 days a week, choose those 3 days, and then take 15 to 20 minute sessions maybe to observe him while he's playing with his brothers, and then obviously date and tally up how many times it occurred during that 15 to 20 minute session. You could also use the anecdotal notes to describe anything else that you might have seen, describe anything new or changes, document whether you think it's working, whether it's not, what to change, what not to change, things like that. So I will now read you my social story, and then I will go back and kind of point out a couple things and talk about the comprehension questions. Colby loves to play with his brothers and favorite toys at home. When Colby's brothers don't play what he wants to play or how he wants to play, Colby gets angry and hits, pinches, or throws things. The pink Power Ranger wants Colby to play with his brothers without hitting, pinching, or throwing things when he gets mad at them. She thinks Colby can take turns with his brothers when deciding what to play or how to play, so that everyone gets a turn. If Colby hits, pinches, or throws things at his brothers, he can hurt them, get in trouble with his mommy, and Colby's brothers may not want to play with him anymore. If Colby gets angry about his brothers not playing what he wants or how he wants, Colby will either take 5 deep breaths, take a break from playing with others, or talk about why Colby is mad. Once Colby has taken 5 deep breaths, a break, or spoken about why he was angry, he can return to playing with his brothers. Colby must remember that he will take turns with his brothers to choose what they will play or how they will play. Colby's mommy, brothers, and Pink Ranger will be so proud of him for playing nicely with his brothers. So that is the social story. As you can see up here, I tried to incorporate, there's a picture of brothers. He's got an older brother and a younger brother. Picture of a home. He loves Nerf guns and any type of superheroes. Down here you can see we've got like the dictator, kind of the authoritative figure bossing, brothers around or whatnot. And then you might have brothers here going, we're not playing like that. And then here's the end result. you know, this would be Colby compared to his brother. For this section, I might ask him something like, how do you think your brothers feel when you hit, pinch, or throw something at them? Just to kind of see what he says, open up that topic and have those conversations with him, correct him if he doesn't get the right response. Here, like I said, he loves superheroes. And his favorite color is pink, so Pink Ranger is definitely one of his favorites. So I added her because we want him to be motivated, and if she says to do something, I'm hoping, you know, that's where the motivation comes from. Here you can see a picture of 3 children playing cooperatively, no arguing, no fighting, no physical aggression. And then here, I know you can't see this part, but it does say here, keep your hands to yourself, no hitting, no pinching, no scratching, no throwing. For this section, one of the comprehension questions that I might ask could be, how can you play together without getting angry and hitting? And so here, like, the Power Ranger thinks Colby can take turns with his brothers. So let somebody else pick, then this person can pick, then this person can pick, and so on and so forth. The next section, I gave the visual of taking the 5 deep breaths. I think I'm gonna have to go back and change this because he asked me, Mommy, I can do that? No, you're not putting your feet up and tipping the chair back, but for right now, you know, we'll see. And then, you know, trying to get him to talk about why he's mad, and then, of course, you know, just showing him what it looks like if someone is mad. Here, I might ask him a comprehension question, such as, like, what is one thing you can do when you get angry, instead of the hitting, pinching, or throwing things. Last part here, I wanted to try to give him the praise, you know, like, hey, great job, we're going to be we're so proud of you for not engaging in those behaviors, blah, blah, blah. And Power Ranger, once again, is here, and you can't see, but her hands up in the air, like, yeah, you know, trying to get that motivation, that buy-in. Another comprehension question that I might ask would be, how will Mommy and his brothers and the Pink Power Ranger feel when you play nicely? And just kind of see what responses we get from those. Talk about how other people feel when things like that happen, and like redirect his responses in that kind of way if he does not correctly respond to the comprehension questions. So like I said, repetitive exposure, consistently taking the data, choosing, you know, a couple days a week, doing the 15 and 20 minute sessions, and making sure that he is choosing one of his options to help him calm down. So this is the social story and my video. Thank you.